Recorded Books and One-Click Digital present Flintlock, A Time for Vultures by William W. Johnstone and J.A. Johnstone. Narrated by Tom Stechschulte. Chapter 1. "I don't like it, Sam," O'Hara said, his black eyes troubled. "Those women could be setting us up. Their wagon wheel looks just fine from here." Sam Flintlock shook his head. "You know what I always tell folks about you, O'Hara?" "No, what do you always tell folks about me?" "That you let your Indian side win through. I mean every time. If you were looking at them gals with a white man's eyes, you'd see what I see. 4 comely young ladies who badly need our help." Now there were those who said some pretty bad things about Sam Flintlock. They called him out for a ruthless bounty hunter, gunman, outlaw when it suited him, and a wild man who chose never to live within the sound of church bells. At that, his critics more or less had him pegged. But to his credit, Flintlock never betrayed a friend or turned his back on a crying child, an abused dog, or a maiden in distress. And when the war talk was done and guns were drawn, he never showed yellow. Thus, when he saw 4 ladies and a dog crowded around what looked to be a busted wagon wheel, he decided he must ride to their rescue like a knight in stained buckskins. But his companion, the half-breed, known only as O'Hara, prone to suspicion and mistrust of the doings of white people, drew rein on Sam's gallant instincts. "Well, my Indian side is winning through again," O'Hara said. "It's telling me to stay away from those white women. Sam, it seems that when we interfere in the affairs of white folks, we always end up in trouble." He stared hard at the wagon. "There's something wrong here. I have a strange feeling I can't pin down." "You sound like the old lady who hears a rustle in every bush." Flintlock slid a beautiful Hawken from the boot under his left knee and settled the butt on his thigh. "This cannon always cuts a dash with the ladies and impresses the menfolk. Let's ride." The 4 women gathered around the wagon wheel, watched Flintlock and O'Hara ride toward them. They were young, not particularly pretty, except by frontier standards, and looked travel-worn. Colorful boned corsets, laced and buckled, short skirts and ankle boots revealed their profession, as did the hard planes of their faces. Devoid of powder and paint, exhausted by the rigors of the trail, the girls showed little interest in Flintlock and O'Hara as potential customers. Flintlock touched his hat. "Can I be of assistance, ladies?" A brunette with bold hazel eyes said, "Wheel stuck, mister." "I'll take a look," Flintlock said. One time in Dallas, he'd watched John Wesley Hardin swing out of the saddle in one graceful motion, and he hoped his dismount revealed the same panache. And it might have, had not the large yellow dog decided to attack his ankle as soon as his foot touched the ground. The mutt clamped onto Flintlock's booted ankle, shook its head, and growled as though it was killing a jackrabbit. "Get the hell off me," Flintlock said, shaking his leg. The little brunette grabbed the dog by the scruff of the neck and yelled, "Bruno, leave the gin alone." But the animal seemed more determined than ever to bite through Flintlock's boot and maul his flesh. Bruno renewed his attack with much enthusiasm and considerable savagery. All 4 women pounced on the dog and tried to drag the snarling, biting creature away while Flintlock continued to shake his leg and cuss up a storm. As the epic struggle with the belligerent Bruno became a cartwheeling, fur-flying free-for-all, O'Hara's voice cut through the racket of the melee. "Sam, riders." A moment later, guns slammed, and O'Hara reeled in the saddle. He snapped off a shot, bent over, and toppled onto the grass. His horse, its reins trailing, trotted away. Flintlock, dragging Bruno like a growling ball and chain, stepped around the horse and looked.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?